Okay, I'm not going to tell you to practice intermittent fasting or track every single calorie you consume or take cold showers to stimulate thermogenesis. Although I'm not against any of those things, they aren't exactly easy to do. But the three things that I'm about to share with you are genuinely some of the lowest effort things that you can possibly do to lose weight. The first one is to weigh yourself every morning on an empty stomach. And this is especially important if you don't want to look at the scale because you're afraid or ashamed of the number you see. First of all, the fact that you're even listening to this video is great because it means you're trying to change. So genuinely, good job. The next thing to do is to accept where you are right now so that you can start to improve, and that means facing the number. But that's not even the main reason why I want you to weigh yourself. It's really because doing this will keep your weight at the forefront of your mind, which means you're more likely to make good choices throughout the day. For example, if your friend invites you to IHOP and you haven't weighed yourself in 3 months, you'll probably forget about your weight loss goal and go get some pancakes. 'Cause why not? It's IHOP, it's delicious, and I couldn't agree more. But if you saw the number on the scale that same morning and it wasn't the number you wanted to see, you're more likely to turn down IHOP and, I don't know, maybe go to Chipotle instead. This isn't sponsored, I just like burrito bowls, but you get the point. The second easy way to start losing weight is to use smaller plates and bowls. Why? Because even if you stuff a smaller plate full of food, it's still probably going to have less food in it than a larger plate that's filled to a normal level. Remember, weight loss fundamentally just comes down to calories in versus calories out. If you burn more calories than you consume, you'll lose weight. All of the things that I'm talking about in this video just make it easier to do that. Reducing the size of the containers you use to measure your portions will reduce the portions themselves. And this can happen without you even realizing it because visually, when you sit down to eat, you'll still see a full plate of food. So although it's actually less than what you were eating before, it doesn't feel like that because your plate is still technically stuffed. It's a subtle mind trick that I've seen work well for people who are at the beginning of their weight loss journeys. The third easy way to start losing weight is to replace your snacks with water. I'd much rather you eat 3 satisfying meals a day instead of eating 3 sorta satisfying meals and then reaching for high calorie snacks in between because you're still hungry. And since this video is specifically about easy ways to lose weight, I'm not going to try and convince you to quit snacks just yet. Instead, I suggest you restrict yourself to only eating food during your meal times. So if you want to eat your potato chips, go ahead, just don't allow yourself to snack on them. If you're gonna eat them, make sure you eat them right after a meal. The reason this works is because you can only eat so much at a given time. Eventually you're gonna feel full, and by saving your snacks for the very end of your meal, you won't be able to eat as much of them. And as for what to do between meals, anytime you feel hungry, bored, or thirsty, just drink water instead. Keep a fat, full water bottle within arm's reach at all times. And without even thinking about it, if you're hungry, take a sip of water. If you're thirsty, take a sip. If you're bored, take a sip. This has 2 obvious benefits, the second of which is arguably the most important. First, it'll keep you hydrated throughout the day. Second, it'll help your body realize that you don't need to eat something every time you feel uncomfortable. This alone will go a very, very long way in helping you lose weight. And eventually, you can work your way up to eliminating snacks entirely, to only eating minimally processed foods, to doing zone 2 cardio, to building muscle, to tracking your calories and whatnot. There are a lot of different strategies that you can and should deploy to lose weight, and I understand that it can be overwhelming. That's why we made this video, to show you some baby steps that you can start taking right now to start losing weight. So I hope that was valuable. If it was, we'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel and or joining our newsletter. We'll be launching a private community soon, so if you're on the email list, you'll be the first to know about early bird pricing. And as always, take care of your health and it will take care of you.